today we are going to do forward folds and balance. So pre-warning, this class is hard, and it's hard because it's hard. It's not hard because of anything that you're doing wrong. It's just hard because my classes are hard. Everything that you will do with me is hard. You can do hard things. So as a general rule, modify as much as you need to. If you need to come to downward dog, if you need to come to child's pose, if you just need to take a break and shake it out, you do what you need to do. This is your practice. Your little mat is your little space. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing. When you're doing things like planks, easiest modification is just come down to the knees. It's the same. We're going to do a lot of like single leg, single arm plank stuff. If it's a single leg thing and you need to modify, you'll just be here on your knees, and then you'll just take one leg back. You can be here on your hands. If it's bothering your wrists, you do the same thing. You just come down onto your forearms, and that's totally fine. You do what needs to be done in your body. Okay, we are going to start at the top of our mat. So come to standing at the top of your mat. You're going to ground down through your feet. Feet are about hips distance. You're going to close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Draw the shoulders up to the ears. And then a big open mouth exhale. Let it go. One more like that. Settle into your space. Big inhale through the nose. And then a big open mouth exhale. Close the mouth. Start to breathe in and out through the nose. Open your eyes. As you inhale, you're going to sweep your arms all the way up to the sky. Look up if it's comfortable. And then as you exhale, generous bend in the knees, take a forward fold. As you inhale, hands come halfway up the shins, lengthen the spine, halfway lift. And then exhale, forward fold. Take a generous bend in the knees, drop the tail towards the floor, start to roll yourself all the way up to standing. This time we're going to raise the heels. So inhale, sweep all the way up, raise the heels, ground down through your big toes. Stay on your toes if you can. As you exhale, you're going to swan dive all the way forward. Drop the heels, inhale, come into a halfway lift. And then as you exhale, forward fold. Generous bend in the knees, start to roll up the spine. We'll do that one more time. Come up onto the tippy toes as you inhale, sweep the arms up. Stay on the toes if you can. As you exhale, swan dive forward. Drop the heels, inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. And then as you exhale, forward fold. Take one foot step back so that you've got a little bit of space at the top of your mat. So if you're not at the top of your mat, then just make sure that you've got space in front of you. Take a generous bend in your knees, roll up your spine. One more time, we're going to inhale, sweep the arms up, raise the heels. Keep your arms up. This time as you exhale, you're going to start to bend in through the knees. We're coming all the way down. So nice and slow, like I hit the slow motion button. If this bothers your knees, you drop your heels and just come down to a squat as soon as you need to. So now we're balancing up on our toes. You're going to lean your torso back as you tap your knees to the floor. You can reach your arms forward if you need to. Take an inhale. As you exhale, we're going to come back to that little toe stand. You're going to shift back into your heels. Your butt is coming to the floor, and we land in boat pose, Navasana. As you inhale, lower back comes to the floor, low boat. Exhale into boat. Inhale, low boat. Exhale into boat. We'll do two more. Inhale, exhale, one more. Inhale, exhale in your boat. With or without the use of your hands, you're going to plant your feet, and we're going to make our way back to that little toe squat. So if you can do it without your hands, kudos to you. I can't. Okay, we're going to tap the knees. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, you're going to lift the knees, stay on the toes, start to come into a forward fold. So chest dives forward, butt goes high, lower your heels down. Inhale, come into a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Generous bend in the knees, roll all the way up the spine. As you inhale, sweep the arms up, raise the heels. We'll do it again. As you exhale, slow motion, slide your back down a wall, come all the way to crouching on your heels. As you inhale, tap the knees to the ground. As you exhale, bring them back up. Shift back, butt comes to the floor. Inhale, come into your boat. Take an exhale here. Inhale, low boat. Exhale, boat. Inhale, low boat. Exhale, boat. We'll do two more. Last one. From your boat pose, plant your feet with or without the use of your hands. Come back to that little toe squat. Tap your knees as you inhale. Exhale, lift them back up. Start to dive the chest forward. Lift the hips. Come into your forward fold. Lower the heels. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Generous bend in the knees, roll all the way up to the spine, all the way up to standing. We're going to do that one more time. Inhale, sweep the arms up, raise to the toes. Exhale, slide down the wall, nice and slow. You can take a couple of breaths to get there. As you inhale, you're going to tap the knees, nice and controlled. Exhale, draw them back. Whoop. to the chest. Sit your butt down, come into your boat pose. We're going to add on a little bit. This time, if you can, sweep your arms overhead in your low boat. Inhale. As you exhale, clap them behind your knees. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, clap them behind your knees. We'll do 3 more. One more. We're going to hold in our boat pose. With your right heel, you're going to tap the front of your mat. So inhale, extend it long. Exhale, bring it to boat. Bless you. Inhale, extend the left. Exhale, boat. Inhale, right. Exhale, boat. Inhale, left. Exhale, boat. One more in each. You're going to plant the feet with or without the use of your hands. Come back to your little crouch. Take an inhale, tap the knees. Exhale, come back into this little squat. Start to dive the chest forward. Stay on the toes, forward fold. Drop the heels. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. As you exhale, plant the hands, step back, high plank pose. Little grip at the mat with your finger pads so your hands don't have to be flat to the floor. You're thinking of pressing your body away from the floor. Turn your elbows towards the back of the mat. Try not to hyperextend. And then really engage your legs here. If you need to drop your knees, do so. We're going to be here for 3 more breaths and we're going to add on. Take your feet a little bit wider if you need to make this easier. We're going to take the right hand and we're going to tap it gently to the left shoulder. Draw your right hip down slightly. Remember, you can do this from your knees. Inhale, come back into your plank. As you exhale, left hand taps the right shoulder. Draw the left hip down slightly. Inhale, back to your plank. Exhale, right hand taps. Inhale, plank. Exhale, left hand taps. Inhale, plank. We'll do 3 more on each. Exhale, right. Inhale, plank. Exhale, left. Inhale, plank. 2 more each side on your own. Last one. Come into your high plank and then send your hips all the way up and back, downward facing dog. Take a nice deep inhale and a nice big exhale. As you inhale, raise up the heels. As you exhale, you're going to drop the heels over to the right. Take a slight bend in through the right knee. You should feel a nice big stretch through your left side body. And then as you inhale, raise the heels through center. As you exhale, drop them over to the left. Bend the left knee. You should feel a nice big stretch through the right side body. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, drop the heels, downward facing dog. You're going to roll yourself all the way forward into a high plank pose. Take an inhale. As you exhale, you're going to bend the knees, send the hips back towards the heels, and then send the hips all the way back up. So we're just taking some rolls here. Inhale, ripple yourself forward. As you exhale, bend the knees, send the hips back. Hips come all the way up to the sky, downward dog. We'll take 3 more. Inhale, ripples you forward to plank. Exhale, slowly start to shift yourself back. Make your way to downward dog. Take 2 more at your own pace. We meet in a downward dog. Take an inhale, shift forward. We're going to come into our first chaturanga and we're going to hold it. So lower your knees if you need to. You're going to shift forward, bend the elbows, and then lower down. So try not to dive your chest forward. I want your shoulders higher than your elbows or in line with your elbows. Engage through your thighs, gentle tuck through the tail. We're going to be here for 5. Pick your head up, Ash. 4, 3. This is hard because it's hard. 2. Last one, all the way down to the belly. Untuck the toes. Inhale, baby cobra. And then as you exhale, roll it down. Knees can be up or down. We're coming back to a high plank. Take an inhale. As you exhale, press the floor away. Plank pose. And then downward facing dog. Look towards the top of the mat. Take tiny little baby steps all the way up to the backs of your wrists. Get a nice stretch in your hamstrings. As you inhale, come into a halfway lift and lengthen. As you exhale, forward fold. Bend in through the knees, roll up the length of the spine. As you inhale, raise onto the toes, sweep the arms up. As you exhale, stay on the toes. You're going to swan dive forward. Drop the heels. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. And then as you exhale, step back, plank pose. This time we're going to lift the legs. So remember, you could have the knees down and lift from there. You're going to take an inhale. As you exhale, you're just going to float that right leg back behind you. And then inhale, slowly set it down. Exhale, left leg floats behind you, engage your glute. Inhale, slowly set it down. Exhale the right. Inhale it down. Exhale the left. Inhale it down. We're going to do 3 more on each side. Keep it with your breath. One more on each side. We're going to come into chaturanga. So shift forward, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale. As you exhale, press all the way back up, high plank. And then downward facing dog. Remember, you can always drop your knees for that. In your downward facing dog, you're going to walk your feet a little bit closer to you so that your heels are lifted off the floor. Ground down through your left hand. You're going to take your right hand and see if you can pat your upper back so that kind of like the base of your neck. And then you're going to shine your right elbow down to the space where your right hand would be. Try and shift even weight into both feet. You can stay here. If you want to challenge your balance a little bit more, you can start to get light on your left toes and maybe see if you can float that left leg off the floor, maybe up towards the sky. It's just a balance challenge. That's a tower of terror. No, we're not there yet. We've got pistol squats coming. You're going to take 2 more breaths. And then you'll set the right hand, left foot down, shift forward into your plank pose. Take an inhale, take an exhale. Inhale, shift forward, lower chaturanga. As you exhale, we're coming back to our plank and then downward facing dog. Remember, you can always skip them. This time you're going to ground down through your right hand. Take your left hand to the base of your neck. Elbow shines down to the space where your left hand was. You can stay right here. Otherwise, you can start to get light on that right foot and see if maybe you can come up onto the toes, or maybe you can float that right leg all the way up towards the sky. And remember, wobbling and falling is totally fine. It's just a yoga practice. Take 2 more slow, deep breaths here. Set the right foot, left hand down. Shift forward one more time. We're coming into chaturanga. Remember, you can hold your plank if you need to. Lower down. Exhale, come back up to your plank. Downward facing dog. Take a generous bend in your knees. Look towards the top of your mat. Step, walk, or float. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up to the sky. Raise up onto the tippy toes. Stay on the toes if you can as you exhale, fold forward. Lower the heels. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. As you exhale, step back, high plank pose. So you can stick with just the hands or the legs that we did before. Otherwise, we're going to combine them. Knees down is also an option. So you're going to start by grounding down through your right foot. Take your right hand to your left shoulder. You could stay here. Otherwise, you can play around with lifting that left foot off the mat. We're going to be here for 3 more breaths. Another option would be to reach that right hand towards the front of the room. One more breath. And then come back through center. Take a little break if you need to, otherwise straight into the other side. Left hand finds the right shoulder. It's a light touch. Option to stay, otherwise that right foot can float behind you. You can drop your left knee anytime. We're here for 3 more breaths. You can reach that left hand towards the front of the mat if you want to. Last breath. Come back to your high plank pose. Option for your chaturanga, shift forward, lower down halfway. Press all the way back up to plank. Downward facing dog. Take a nice deep breath through the nose. Let it go through the mouth. As you inhale, you're going to sweep the right leg up to the sky. As you exhale, you're going to step the right foot to the outside of the right hand. So we're going to do a few of these. We're going to do the first one slow. You're going to take your right hand off the mat. Your left leg is going to shoot through the space in between your foot and your hand on the ground. So a bit of active mobility. See if you can keep that left leg floating. Then we're going to reverse it. You're going to step your left leg back, set the right hand down. Yeah, this is a lot of mobility. And then you'll step back to plank, downward dog. So we'll do a few slow, so don't worry. We'll do it on the left. So inhale, sweep your left leg up. Exhale, step it wide. The wider you step it, the more space you'll have. Ground down through your right hand. Lift your left hand. That right leg shoots through the space in between. and then you're going to reverse it. You'll take it to the back of the mat, set the hand down, and then come back. Exactly, these are called break dances. Okay, we'll do one more slow on each side. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, step it to the outside of the right hand. As you inhale, that left leg shoots through. As you exhale, step it back. Right hand comes down. Plank pose, downward facing dog. You can come straight back to downward dog. Inhale, sweep that left leg up. Exhale, step it to the outside of the left hand. Inhale, shoot that right leg through. Exhale, step it back. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward dog. We'll see if we can speed it up. Inhale, right leg. Exhale, step. Inhale, left leg shoots through. Exhale, step it back. Inhale to plank. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left leg. Exhale, step it. Inhale, right leg shoots through. Exhale, step it back. Inhale to plank. Exhale, down dog. One more each side. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, step it wide. Inhale, shoot the left leg through. Exhale, step it back. Plank pose, downward dog. Last one. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, step it wide. Inhale, right leg. Inhale, step back. Exhale, plank, downward facing dog. Look towards the top of your mat. Step, walk, or float. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. As you inhale, come all the way to standing, raise up onto the tippy toes. And then as you exhale, stay on the toes, you'll swan dive forward. Drop the heels, inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. We're going to come into chair, bend the knees, sweep the arms forward, sit back, chair pose. So enjoy this brief little bit of reprieve, catch your breath. If your feet are together, your knees can be together, but if your feet are apart, that's fine, as long as your knees are apart. Think of someone pressing your hip creases back and then pulling a string out through your sternum. Arms are wherever is best for your neck and shoulders. We'll take 3 more breaths here. One more breath. You're going to keep your chair, flip your palms down towards the mat. Keep your elbows wide. Take an inhale. As you exhale, you're going to raise onto your tippy toes, make a big wide cactus with those arms. Inhale, reach the arms forward, drop the heels. Exhale, raise the heels, make a big cactus. And then inhale, bring it back down. We'll do 3 more here. Last one. Inhale into your chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. As you exhale, step back, plank pose. Option to come into a regular chaturanga. Otherwise, you're going to float that right leg back behind you. Shift forward, inhale. As you exhale, lower down, single leg chaturanga. Inhale, press it back up, plank pose. Knees are fine. No shame in that game. You're going to float your left leg back. We're doing it again. Shift forward, chaturanga. Exhale, press up. Set the left foot down, downward facing dog. As you inhale, you're going to sweep that right leg all the way to the sky. As you exhale, you're going to step all the way up in between your hands. Step your left foot a little bit wider so that you're not on a tightrope. Your upper body is going to stay really heavy here. So we're not going to bring our upper body up. You're going to keep really heavy. Take an inhale here. Ground down through your right foot. As you exhale, you're going to press the floor away. Start to straighten that right knee, but kind of keep your torso forward. So it's almost like a power lunge. Inhale, come down over the leg. And then exhale, press the floor away. So with our torso like this, you should feel the back of your leg really starting to engage. I want you to feel your hamstring. I want you to feel your glutes. I want you to press through that whole right foot. So we're going to go for 4 more to take us to 8. Last one. You're going to bend that right knee, and then as you inhale now, you're going to come up into your crescent lunge. We're going to hold here for 5 breaths. Draw your right hip crease back slightly. Lengthen through your tail, so you don't have to tuck under, but I don't want your butt sticking towards the back of the room. Arms are wherever is most comfortable for your neck. We've got 2 more breaths. take one more inhale here. As you exhale, hands find the floor. Ground down through your left hand. We're coming into a side plank. So you can either stagger your feet or you can stack your feet. Left knee down is also a great option. You're going to sweep your right arm all the way up overhead. Take an inhale. You could stay right here. Otherwise, as you exhale, you're going to crunch that right knee, right elbow towards each other. Inhale into your side plank. Exhale, crunch. Inhale into your side plank. You've got 3 more. I can hear how much you're loving this, Justin. Last one. Option to keep that right leg floating as we come into plank. Option for your chaturanga, or go straight back to downward dog, your choice. Take a nice deep inhale. Take a nice deep exhale. Inhale, you're going to sweep the left leg to the sky. As you exhale, step it all the way through. Remember, our torso is going to stay low, so you can take your hands wherever you like here. I like to keep them nice and floppy. Take an inhale. As you exhale, press through your whole left foot as you start to straighten that left leg, but keep the torso forward. Inhale, bring it down. Exhale, press through the leg. Inhale, bring it down. We're going to do 6 more. Last one. You're going to bend that knee, come down, and then this time as you inhale, sweep those arms up, come into your crescent, adjust your feet as you need to, and settle in for 5 breaths. I don't think anything really beats this. We're going to take one more inhale here. As you exhale, you're going to bring the hands down. Plant down through your right hand. We're coming to side plank. Stack or stagger your feet, or drop the right knee if you need to. As you inhale, sweep that left arm overhead. Palm faces the floor. You could stay. Otherwise, as you exhale, left elbow meets left knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale to crunch. Inhale to lengthen. We've got 3 more here. Last one. We're coming back to plank. Option to keep that left leg floating. You can go straight to down dog. Otherwise, add in your chaturanga. Take one more inhale here. And one more exhale. Look towards the top of the mat. Step, walk, or float. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. As you inhale, we're coming straight into chair pose. As you exhale, sweep the arms back behind you. Raise up onto the tippy toes. Keep the tippy toes. Inhale, sweep the arms forward. Exhale, sweep them back. Inhale, sweep it forward. Exhale, sweep it back. We're going to do 4 more here. Try not to roll to the outsides of your feet. So try and keep those ankles hugging towards the midline. 2 more. Inhale, drop the heels, come into your chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step, walk, or float, chaturanga, or you can come straight back into your downward dog, your choice. Inhale, we'll sweep that right leg up to the sky. As you exhale, step it all the way through. We're coming straight into our crescent lunge this time. Inhale. As you exhale, you're going to hop that back foot in like half a foot step. You're going to load up your front leg. So I hinge forward slightly at my hips. You do whatever feels the best for your legs. That back knee is hovering above the mat. We're going to take little lunges here. So as you exhale, you're going to come up halfway. Inhale, bring it down. Exhale, halfway. Inhale, bring it down. I want you to feel this in your front leg. We've got 4 more for 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down, and then you're going to come all the way to standing on that right leg. Left knee draws in towards the chest. Take a nice deep inhale, and then as you exhale, you're going to take your hands, hold your shin. You're going to draw that knee all the way up in towards your left shoulder. And you take a couple of ankle rolls here if you want to. Keep a hold of your shin. We're going to come into a single leg squat. So you're going to start to hinge back at your hips. Try and send your hips back evenly. Bend your right knee. Send your chest forward. You can hang out here. This is a great place to be. If you need extra help, those left toes tap down onto the floor. If you want a little bit of an extra challenge, you're going to take your hands around the base of your left foot, and then you're going to start to extend that left foot. See if you can sit your hips back a little bit further. So all of these are modifications that you can take when we eventually get to pistol squats, anywhere along this line. Should feel your right quad on fire. We've got 2 more breaths.
Right butt's on fire.
Right butt is also good. Yeah, you'll feel it in your right calf and ankle. A lot of stability in the ankle.
Right side of my entire body.
Right side is hurting. You're going to come all the way back up to standing. Take those arms up towards the sky. Take an inhale. As you exhale, step back into your crescent lunge. Inhale here. As you exhale, hands to the floor. Plant down through that left hand. Just one breath. We're going to step to side plank. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, with or without a vinyasa, you'll make your way to downward dog. Yeah, I apologize for anyone's ability to walk or not walk tomorrow. You're going to inhale, sweep that left leg up to the sky. As you exhale, step it all the way through. Inhale, come up into your crescent lunge. Hop that back foot forward just slightly, and then bend that knee so that it's hovering just above the floor. Hands wherever is best for you. Take an inhale. As you exhale, we're up halfway. Inhale, down. Exhale, up. Inhale, down. We've got 6 more. Last one. Bring it down, take an inhale. As you exhale, come all the way to standing. Take an extra inhale at the top. And then as you exhale, hands come around that right shin. Draw it up and in towards your right shoulder. Maybe take a couple of rolls with the ankle. Reconnect with your breath. Remember, you can totally stay here. Otherwise, you're going to keep a hold of that shin. Start to send the hips back. Start to bend in through the left knee. Chest comes forward slightly. We're in a single leg squat. You can stay here. I actually find this pose a little bit harder. If you want to, you can take the hands around the sole of the right foot. Start to extend the foot forward as you send the hips back. Chest is nice and broad, reaching towards your toes. We're here for 3 more breaths. Yes, you can. Last one. Come all the way to standing, right knee to the chest. Inhale, sweep those arms up. And then as you exhale, step back into your crescent lunge. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, hands come down. Right hand plants, 1 breath. Inhale, step into your side plank. And then as you exhale, with or without your vinyasa, make your way to downward dog. Take a nice deep inhale here. And a nice big exhale. 1 more big inhale. Big exhale. Look towards the top of your mat. Step, walk, and float. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come into your chair pose. Exhale, bring your hands down in line with your shoulders. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, without letting your knee cave in towards the midline, you're going to ground down through your left foot and draw your right knee in towards your chest. So you're still in a single leg chair. And then inhale, set it down. Ground down through the right foot. As you exhale, left knee to the chest. Inhale, set it down. Exhale, right leg marches. Inhale, set it down. Exhale, left leg marches. Inhale, set it down. We're going to do 8 more on each side. Take it at your pace. Keep sinking nice and low. You should feel your butt working a lot here. Hands can be wherever is comfortable for you. We're halfway through. One more each side. Inhale, come into your chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. As you exhale, plant the hands, step back, high plank pose. And then we're going to come down into a forearm plank. So lower down 1 forearm at a time. Forearm plank. Remember, you can stay here. You can stay here, and you can always lower down onto your knees. You're going to take an inhale. As you exhale, you're going to tap your right foot off to the right side of your mat, and then inhale it back to center. Keep your butt low. Inhale, tap the left foot. Exhale, center. Inhale, right. Exhale, center. Inhale, left. Exhale, center. We'll do 3 more on each side. One more each side. Don't get too excited. It's not over yet. Angle your right forearm in as much as you need to make your shoulder stable, and then come onto your right forearm, side plank. You can stagger the feet. You can drop the bottom knee. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, you're going to float your left leg up to the sky, and then inhale, slow, set it down. Exhale, left leg to the sky. Inhale, slow, set it down. We're going to do 3 more. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. One more. Exhale, inhale. We're coming straight to the other side. So take that left forearm down, roll yourself over, set up your position, take an inhale. As you exhale, float the right leg, inhale it down. Exhale, float, inhale it down. 3 more. Last one. You're going to come back to your forearm plank. Lower your knees if you need to. You're going to plant your left palm, right palm. We're up in a plank pose. And then you're going to go left forearm, right forearm. We're back down. Right palm, left palm. Right forearm, left forearm. Left palm, right palm. Left forearm, right forearm. Right palm, left palm. Right forearm, left forearm. We're only going to do 2 more. Left palm, right palm. Left forearm, right forearm. Last one. Right palm, left palm. Option for chaturanga. If you're really game, come back to plank. Downward facing dog. I'm going to give you 3 breaths here. If you need a child's pose, take it. One more breath here. If you came out of downward dog, you're going to make your way back to downward dog when you're ready. Remember, if you need more rest, you stay in child's pose, and there is nothing wrong with that. You're going to inhale, sweep your right leg up to the sky. Listen carefully. You're going to walk your hands back to your left foot at the back of the mat. So now we're in a standing split at the back of the mat. Your right toes are facing down. You're really engaged through the back of your right leg. As you inhale, lengthen the chest, come up onto the fingertips. And then as you exhale, turn your fingertips towards the back of the mat and see if you can walk yourself a little bit closer in towards your thigh. I'm going to hang out here for 2 more breaths. We're going to come into Shiva squats. So your first option would be to keep your fingertips on the floor for balance. You could also cross your right foot behind you like a little curtsy for extra balance. Otherwise, that right leg is going to float. You're going to bring your chest up into a warrior 3, hands at heart center. As you inhale, the right knee tucks behind the left. You bend the left knee, so it's almost like a floating curtsy. And then as you exhale, you'll come back up into your warrior 3 or your standing split. Inhale, come into your Shiva squat. Exhale, come up. We're going to do 3 more here. Last one. Come into your warrior 3. Take an inhale. As you exhale, come all the way up to standing on that left leg. Right peace fingers hook around the right big toe. Take an inhale. You could stay here. Otherwise, as you exhale, you're going to extend that leg out in front of you. Draw the right hip crease down slightly. Holding onto your knee is also a wonderful option. Take 1 more breath here. We're going to send that right leg back behind us, coming into a warrior 3. Sweep the arms forward, take an inhale. And then as you exhale, hands find the floor. We're going to walk along dog. So walk the hands all the way to the top of the mat. Take an inhale here. And then as you exhale, step that right foot all the way through. Inhale, we're going to come up into a crescent lunge. As you exhale, we're going to come to stand on the right foot, left knee to chest, sweep the arms behind you. Inhale, come back into your lunge. Exhale, come all the way to standing. So nice and slow and controlled. Inhale, step back. Exhale, step up. We're going to do 3 more. Inhale, you'll come into your crescent lunge. As you exhale, hands find the floor, step back, vinyasa if you want it, straight to down dog if you don't. Inhale, you'll sweep the left leg up towards the sky. And then as you exhale, you'll walk your hands all the way back to your foot on the right. Left toes turn down. As you inhale, come up onto the fingertips, reach the chest forward. And then as you exhale, dive forward, maybe turning the fingertips towards the back of the mat and seeing if you can curl yourself in a little bit closer. Remember, you can hang out here. First option would be fingertips stay on the floor for your Shiva squats, and you can tag your left toes behind you if you need to as well. Otherwise, you're going to come up into your warrior three with your hands at heart center. As you inhale, bend the right knee as you tuck the left knee behind, Shiva squat. And then as you exhale, come back up into your warrior three. Inhale, come into your Shiva squat. Exhale, warrior three. Pick a spot at the floor that is not moving and stare at it like your life depends on it. We do one more. Come into your warrior three, take an inhale, and then as you exhale, come all the way to standing. Draw that left knee to the chest. Left peace fingers hook around the left big toe, or you can hold the knee. Option to stay. Otherwise, as you exhale, you'll extend that left leg out in front of you. We'll take one more breath here. You'll release that left leg. We're coming back into our warrior three. Inhale, sweep those arms forward. And then as you exhale, hands find the floor. Walk your hands all the way to the top of the mat. Three-legged dog, inhale. And then as you exhale, step that left leg through. On your next inhale, we're coming all the way up into your crescent lunge. As you exhale, press through the left foot, come all the way to stand, right knee to chest. Inhale into your lunge. Exhale, come to stand. We've got four more. Last one. Inhale, come into your crescent lunge. And then as you exhale, hands find the floor with or without a vinyasa. Make your way to downward dog. Take a nice deep inhale. And take a nice deep exhale. Look towards the top of your mat. Step, walk, or float. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come into your chair pose. Exhale, raise up onto the tippy toes. We're going to come back into that little squat that we did at the start. So start to lower your hips all the way down to your heels. So you could stay here. You could also take your feet down and come into a yogi squat. We're going to play with crow pose. So if you're coming into the arm balance, the inner edges of your feet come together and your knees come really, really wide. You're going to snuggle yourself down on the insides of your legs and then hug your knees into the backs of your arms. Plant your hands about shoulder distance apart. Come high, high, high on your tippy toes and then start to shift your weight forward. Bend those elbows and then hug your knees into your arms and hug your arms towards each other. Nice, Ash. Yes, Justin, pick those toes up, pick those toes up. Yes, 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 yes. Nice, everybody. We're going to take 3 more breaths wherever you're at. And if you're in crow pose and you want to play with shooting back to chaturanga, you'll lift your knees off. Come back to chaturanga. Nice. Land on the floor. Always a good option. Splat. That's how we grow. That's where everybody starts. We all land in downward facing dog. Take an inhale, sweep that right leg up towards the sky. And then as you exhale, you're going to step it all the way through. Inhale, come up into a crescent lunge. And then as you exhale, come to standing, left knee to the chest. So we're going to start to work with some pistol squats. So remember, you could hold the knee here and then just start to bend into the right leg, or hold around the sole of the foot and come into this high version here. If you want to work with coming all the way down to the floor, I like to hold onto my big toe on that left foot, but you can do whatever feels best for you. Wherever you are, you're going to start to send the hips back. You're going to bend in through the right knee. The chest comes forward. It's a weight shift. You come as low as you can. You might have to raise your right heel, and then eventually we get down to the floor, or we don't. We're all coming down to the floor, so however you want to get there, make your way to the floor. And then we're going to sit down onto our butt. So if you weren't already, you're going to hold onto your left foot, and then your right foot is going to hover above the floor like a scissor. You could stay here. If you want to make this harder, you let go of that left foot with the hand, but try and keep it as high. As you exhale, that right foot lifts to meet the left. Inhale, set it down. Hands can be behind you for support. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. We're going to do 4 more. 1 more. Oh no, wait, we've got 2 more. I can't count. Last one. I love Ashes just looking so blissfully. Okay, we're going to try and reverse it. So again, you could come onto these left tippy toes and kind of just use it as a prop and mostly ground down through the right foot to bring yourself back to standing. Otherwise, if you want to be fancy, yes, nice. I'm sorry, I cannot remember your name. Rachel, yes, you can do it like that. And mine is not very pretty, but you eventually make your way back to standing. However you get there, and then we set the left foot down. Inhale, sweep those arms all the way up and over the head. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, with or without a vinyasa, make your way to downward dog. Inhale, that left leg will sweep to the sky. Exhale, step it all the way through. Inhale, come into your crescent lunge. As you exhale, come all the way to standing on the left. Remember, same options as last time. If you're coming for the pistol squat, option to hold onto those right toes. Wherever you are, you'll start to send the hips back. Bend in through the left knee. Chest comes forward. The more the hips go back, the more the chest comes forward. Yes, Ash. Nice. Nice. Everybody nice. It's a weight shift. Once you find it in your body, it makes sense. That's the best way I can describe it. Yeah. Yes, exactly. Okay, so you can keep holding onto your toes. Otherwise, keep that height and let them go. Take an inhale. As you exhale, left leg comes up to meet the right. Inhale it down. Exhale it up. Inhale it down. We've got 4 more. Last one. You're going to plant that left foot. We're coming out of it. So grab your toe again if you want to. Use your hands as much as you need to. You're going to reverse that weight shift, or you're not, and you're going to lose your microphone. And however you do, pretty or not pretty, we'll all make our way back up to standing. And then we'll set it down. We'll take a nice deep breath through the nose, and then let it all go through the mouth. Remember, it's just a yoga pose. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Come up onto the tippy toes. As you exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. As you exhale, make your way back. High plank pose. Okay. We're going to do a little movement from our downward dog into a high plank. So you could just come from a 3-legged dog with the right leg up and then come forward and then tap the right knee to the right elbow. Otherwise, we're going to shift into our downward facing dog. Like we did at the start, you're going to float your right hand and tap it in between your shoulder blades. You could also reach it towards the top of the mat as a little bit of a kickstand. If you're coming with me, we're also going to float our left leg up. Remember, that right hand can be down. As you exhale, you're going to try and shift forward. See if you can tap that left knee towards the left elbow. I realized that I told you to do it on the other side before, but that's okay. Inhale, we'll come back. So remember, the right hand can be down. You can be on the right fingertips. Exhale, shift forward. See if you can tap left knee, left elbow. This is really hard. Inhale, send it back. We're going to try for 3 more. That right hand can tap down to the floor as many times as you need to. We've got 1 more. And then we'll meet in a downward dog. Take a nice deep breath through the nose. Let it out through the mouth. Left fingertips or left hand between the shoulder blades. Right leg is going to float any amount. Take an inhale. As you exhale, you're going to see if you can shift forward, bring that right knee towards the right elbow. It does not have to touch it. And then inhale, send it back into whatever version of a 3-legged dog you're doing. Exhale, bring it forward. Inhale, bring it back. We're going to do 3 more here. We've got 1 more wherever you are. Downward dog is where we all meet. Ripple forward, plank pose. Take an inhale. Option for a chaturanga, otherwise straight back to downward dog. Take a nice deep inhale. Take a nice deep exhale. Okay, we're going to do something similar to what we did at the start. So those break dances, except we're going to do a little bit of a harder version. So you're going to inhale, sweep your right leg up to the sky. And then as you exhale, you're only going to step it halfway up your mat. So now we're in this kind of, I don't even know how to describe this. It's almost like a sprinter start. Then your left leg is going to shoot through. So your right heel will probably have to lift. You'll shoot through. If you can drop your right heel, nice, Rachel, then you can do that. If not, then you stay up on the toes. See if you can float your arms. We're going to stay in the pistol squat. And then we're going to reverse it. So if you can do this without your hands, go for it. I don't think that I can. Oh, maybe. And then we're going to come back into that little sprinter's lunge, step back into a plank, and then downward facing dog. Don't worry, we're going to do this a few times. It doesn't have to look pretty. You're going to inhale, sweep that left leg up, and then exhale, step it halfway up the mat. You're going to come up onto the fingertips. That right leg is going to shoot through. So really hug it up into your chest. It's a lot of active mobility. Left heel is up or down. See if you can keep that right leg floating. Maybe you can float the hands towards the top of the mat. And then we're going to reverse it. So start to bend the right knee. If you can do it without the hands, go for it. Step that right foot back, plank, and then downward dog. We'll do one more time on each side. Inhale, sweep that right leg up. As you exhale, step it halfway up the mat. Come on to the fingertips. Shoot that left leg through, pistol squat. Maybe you bring your torso up a little bit more. Maybe you can float those hands. Nice, Ash. See if you can lift the heel. Yes. And then you'll reverse it. And we come back to downward dog. And we'll do the left side. Last one. Inhale, sweep that left leg up. Exhale, step it halfway through. Right knee to chest and then shoot it all the way through. Nice. Nice, Ash. Nice. That's okay. We're all falling apart. And then you'll step it back. We all meet in downward facing dog. Nice work. Take a nice deep inhale. And take a nice deep exhale. Look towards the top of your mat. Step, walk, and float. We're nearly done. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come into your chair pose. As you exhale, hands come down in line with the shoulders. So you can stay with what we did before with the feet flat and the little march. If you want to up level this, we're going to come up onto the tippy toes and we're going to do the same thing. So ground down through the, thank you, the big toe. Take an inhale. As you exhale, that right knee will come to chest. Inhale, set it down. Exhale, left knee to chest. Inhale, set it down. Exhale, right. Inhale, set it down. Exhale, left. Inhale, set it down. We're going to do 8 more on each side. Those shoulders are creeping up into the ears. See if you can relax them. One more on each side. Stay on your tippy toes. Inhale into your chair. As you exhale, come all the way to standing. Stay on your tippy toes. Hands can come to wherever you want here. We're going to take a little line walk. So your right foot is going to step behind your left. So like you're on a tightrope, and then you're going to step your left foot behind, and then your right foot behind, and then your left foot behind. So this is like that test that they get you to do in the States if they think you've been drinking and driving, which blows my mind that that is actually still a thing. Really? I can't believe that that's a legitimate thing that you guys do. And then we're going to reverse it. So we're going to come forward. There's a really good skit on Reno 99 where 911 where the chick gets the guy to do dancing and he's like, no, I'm way too drunk to do this. And she's like, yes, fucking nailed you. It's so good. You're going to come all the way back to the top of the mat. Take an inhale here. And then as you exhale, drop the heels forward, fold. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. And then as you exhale, step back to high plank. We're coming back into side plank. We're going to stagger our feet. So your left foot is going to step behind your right. So right hand is down, right foot is in front. Left hand sweeps overhead. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, that right knee is coming towards the left elbow. So bottom knee, top elbow. That's it. Inhale, reach it long. So step it in front, Justin. Exhale. Yep, that's it. Inhale. Exhale to crunch. Inhale to lengthen. We've got 2 more. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, lengthen. Come back to your high plank. Option to hold. Option for chaturanga. Everybody plank. Second side. So left foot staggers in front of the right. Sweep your right arm overhead. Take an inhale. As you exhale, bottom knee, top elbow crunch together. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to crunch. Inhale to lengthen. We've got 3 more. Come back into your plank pose. Option for chaturanga or straight to downward facing dog. Take a nice deep inhale. Take a nice deep exhale. One more nice deep inhale. Nice deep exhale. From here, you're going to drop your forearms down to the mat and we're coming into dolphin pose. So if dolphin pose is a lot for you, you can stay in downward dog. You could also hang out in a forearm plank if you want a little bit of work, but not quite as much work as a dolphin pose. You could stay here. Otherwise, Justin knows where I'm going with this. Ash knows where I'm going with this. You can look towards your thumbs. As you inhale, you'll shift forward. See if you can tap your nose and then exhale, shift back. We're doing 10 of these. Lower your knees if you need to. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, shift back. We've got 8 more. Two more. Last one and you're in child's pose. Set the knees down, walk the arms forward, forehead to the ground. Take a nice deep breath in and a nice deep breath out. One more nice deep breath in. Nice deep breath out. Okay, I'm going to offer a headstand if anybody wants to take it. You could hang out here in child's pose. You could come back to dolphin and do some more of those push-ups, or you could hang out in dolphin, or you could take handstand or pincher. Anyone? Ash, are you going to try headstand?
Not today.
Not today? Anybody? No headstands? Okay, cool. Well, we're not going to do headstands. When this goes up on YouTube, anybody who's practicing at home, you can take a headstand here. We are all going to come back into a dolphin pose. So forearms down. Take your feet a little bit longer away from you. We're going to press from here into a downward facing dog. So you're going to feel your triceps a lot. Knees can be down if you need to. Take an inhale. As you exhale, press the floor away. Lift the elbows. See if you can do them both at the same time. And then inhale, tap them down. Exhale, press into your down dog. Inhale, bring it back down. We're going to do 4 more. Last one. Downward facing dog. Take a nice deep inhale. Take a nice deep exhale. One last little standing sequence. You're going to look towards the top of the mat. Step, walk, or float. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up to standing, raise onto the tippy toes. And then as you exhale, we're coming all the way down into that little squat. So lower down, 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 down. We've been here before at the start. You're going to inhale, tap your knees to the floor. As you exhale, lift your knees, shift all the way back into your boat pose. Inhale, come into your low boat. Option to reach those arms overhead. Exhale, come up into boat. 2 more. Inhale, low boat. Exhale, boat. Last one. Inhale, low boat. Exhale, boat. You're going to plant your feet with or without your hands. Come back into that little squat. Okay, so we're going to stay here. This is our last pistol squats for class. These are hard. So you're going to try and shift your weight into your left foot. If you can get your heels down to the floor, this will make this easier. I can't, but if you can, then go for it. You're going to start to lift your right foot off the mat and then see if you can reach it forward, ending out in your pistol squat. So if you need to have your heel down on the floor, nice, Rachel, nice, then you can. But if you can lift your heel, if you can lift that right heel, then go for it. And then you'll draw that heel back towards your butt, step it back underneath you. And you'll shift the weight into the right foot. Heel can be up or down. Yes, nice, Rachel, nice. And then you send it back. Yeah, these are hard, but it's like, I'm sure Rachel understands. It's like when you're learning to do these, something clicks in your body. It's like, it's a weight shift thing. Like once you find that piece of mobility, it just kind of clicks. and then you'll step it back under. We're going to do one more on each side. So you'll see if you can float that right leg forward. Remember, the heel can be down. It's a lot of ankle, yeah. It's a lot of foot, it's a lot of ankle, and it's a lot of mobility. It's mostly mobility, if I'm honest. And then that left foot. And then we'll all come back down onto the butt. You'll stretch your legs out in front of you. Take a nice deep inhale, sweep those arms up and overhead. And then as you exhale, forward fold. Take a nice deep inhale and take a nice deep exhale. Take 2 more breaths here. We've got one more little blast of core work and then we are done. We're going to roll yourself all the way up to seated. Scoot yourself towards the top of your mat. Reach your arms forward and then slowly lower yourself all the way down onto your mat. Your legs are going to float up into tabletop. You're going to take your left hand and you're going to press it into your right thigh and then press your right thigh back into your left hand. So think of that press between those two as strong as you can. Then you're going to float your right hand to the sky. As you inhale, your left leg and your right arm move away from each other. And then as you exhale, bring them back together. So your lower back, you're going to keep going. Your lower back doesn't have to be smushed into the ground, but I don't want you kind of flopping and flailing all over the place. So I don't want your ribs arching all the way up to the sky. I want you to feel the control in your body without restricting your breathing and your movement. We're going to do 3 more on this side. Yeah, you should, if you're doing this well, you should feel this in your right hip flexor as well as your abs. And then you're going to switch it out. So take that right hand, press it as strong as you can into your left leg, and then press your left leg equally as hard back. And then as you inhale, you'll take the left arm, right leg away from each other, and then exhale, bring them back to center. Inhale, take them away. Exhale, back to center. We're going to do 6 more. Last one. And then draw your knees in towards your chest. Take a nice deep inhale and a nice big exhale. You're going to plant your feet down, knees up towards the sky. We're going to come into bridge pose and stretch out the front of our body. So hands down beside you, lift those hips up towards the sky. If you want to interlace your fingers underneath you and open up through your collarbones, feel free to do that. If you want to add a little bit of a balance challenge, you can bring a march into this, lifting one leg at a time or raising up onto the tippy toes. Otherwise, you feel free to just keep your regular bridge. If you're in a march with me, we're going to do 8 more on each side. Again, setting that foot down nice and slow, nice and quietly, and trying not to let your pelvis wobble all over the place. Ash, have you been counting? Nope. Okay. We're going to do 1 more on each side. If you have that interlace behind your back, you're going to release it, lower your hips all the way down. Draw your knees in towards your chest. Take a nice deep inhale. And then you're going to cross your right ankle over your left thigh, coming into a figure 4. You could stay here or you could reach the hands in between the legs, drawing the knees in towards you. If you prefer to take a figure 4 in your bridge, if that feels like a better stretch for you, then that's also an option here too. And then we're going to switch it to the other side. So left ankle will cross. You can reach through, grab your right shin, or you can come into that figure 4 bridge. And then you'll come back to center. Take your arms out to a capital T. You're going to come into your favorite spinal twist. So you can either just take both legs over towards the left. If you like to cross that left ankle on top of the right knee and add a little bit of extra weight, you can do that. Wherever you're going, keep that right shoulder glued down towards the floor as you let the legs come over to the left. And then gaze is wherever the neck is most comfortable for you. And then you'll come back to center and take it over to the other side. And draw the knees back in towards center, hug around the shins, draw the knees up towards the shoulders. You can stay here, otherwise reach for the outside edges of the feet, coming into happy baby pose, letting the lower back be really heavy and wide on the mat, drawing the knees down towards the floor. And taking this time to check in with your body, seeing if there's any other movements, stretches, positions that you need before we find Shavasana. And then when you're ready, you'll curl yourself up into a tiny little ball. Take a nice deep inhale. And then a big open mouth exhale. Let it all go. Come into Shavasana. So I'm going to leave you here in silence for a couple of minutes. Find whatever position is best for you and your body. If you need to find some more movement or stretches, this is a good time to do it. And I will bring you out of it in a couple of minutes. When you're ready, you'll slowly start to bring some movement back into your body, wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes. Then bringing that movement up into your wrists, your ankles, your elbows. Starting to find some movement that feels organic in your body. Maybe taking a full body stretch whenever you're ready. No hurry. And then slowly, in your own time, you'll start to make your way up to a comfortable seated position. Again, taking your time, no hurry. And then when you get there, keeping your eyes closed, bring your hands together at the forehead. Today, as you go forward, may you have calmness in your thoughts. To the mouth, may you have kindness in your words. And to the heart, may you have kindness within. Namaste.